What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Countdown Scouting Network. I'm your host, Joey Garcia, and today we are going to do a mock draft. It's draft week, guys, so let's go ahead and get into this. I apologize if the mic is echoing or making any weird noises. I am in a new location. Um, and there's not much around me like at the other place there was a lot by me, so um, I don't know if it will uh, kind of mess up the sounds a little bit, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and get into this. So we are on TDN's draft, the Draft Network's mock draft machine. You have to be a member to use this right now. Um, so we'll go ahead and do this. This is a one-round mock draft. They give you 2 minutes per pick, and so we're going to try to rapid fire this. No trades today. I think maybe tomorrow or Wednesday we will go ahead and do a longer draft format where we kind of talk through picks, talk through trades, and with those, we'll do that one on PFF's mock draft simulator, I think, and we'll have some fun with that. We'll go live on that. But this one, I wanted to challenge myself and kind of rapid fire at 2 minutes per pick. So we'll go ahead and get into that. Before we do that, we'll talk about some trades that are going on. So there's rumors that Trey Lance is going to get traded. Sorry, that's my cat's tail. There's rumors Trey Lance is going to get traded. Aaron Rodgers just got traded to the Jets today, finally, so he's out of the news. Um, there's also talks of Kirk Cousins being on the move, Minnesota trading up in the draft. So a lot of stuff going on. There's also news of Houston most likely not taking a quarterback at 2. Um, so they might be a move out spot, but they also, it looks like it's Tyree Wilson or Will Anderson if they don't move out. So that's basically all the rumor stuff right now. I think on Wednesday or Thursday before the draft, we'll go ahead and talk about some other rumors um, for the draft. I'll have to pull that stuff up. I've got a list of some of the rumors that we're hearing from some guys throughout the league right now. So we'll do that in another episode. But it's draft week, guys, so let's get excited. So we're gonna do one round. It's awesome. You can play with friends if you have a Draft Network account. Again, it's $30 for the entire year. And so if you and your friend, or I guess random people that you find, if you want, you can click this and you can go ahead and play with them. It links up. I've actually never done that one, but we're going to do it by ourselves. I don't need to title this. We will do manual and we will select all. So this is my first time doing a select all with the Draft Network's new mock draft. So go ahead and hang tight with me. Let's see how it loads. Again, this is not the same mock draft machine that they had last year, so it is a little different. But we are not going to pause on this. I'm going to have to just take guys as we go. All right, and that's not going to help me out. All right, let's get ready and let's go. The first one's going to be easy, especially since there's no trades. First one, I think it's gonna be Bryce Young. I think they did the due diligence. I think it was C.J. Stroud possibly, but I think Bryce Young's the guy. We're gonna go with that. All right, and now we get to Houston's pick. I don't think Houston's taking a quarterback. I believe them. I think they're probably trading out, and by trading out, maybe trading right here to the Colts. Maybe trading up here, maybe over here to one of these guys, maybe all the way back to 11. But I don't think they're taking a quarterback, so I'm not going to take a quarterback for them. I kind of want to spice things up and go Tyree Wilson. I keep hearing stuff about Tyree Wilson to them. Will Anderson is also another good pick. I'm going to say Tyree Wilson. I think they're comfortable enough trading back here, thinking they can get Tyree Wilson. I think that's who they're going to go with. We'll go ahead and give him Tyree Wilson. All right, so you got Carolina on the clock now. Carolina is kind of in a soft rebuild, or possibly even a harder rebuild. I think they would want to trade out here as well. It's another trade out spot, maybe one spot, 3 spots. Again, I think 11 is a spot. Could trade up for quarterback. I don't think Atlanta will trade up, but they could. And then if someone's really fallen, I could see Las Vegas also trying to. But this is going to be Will Anderson, edge rusher from Alabama. He's just a little lighter in the frame, but he's got a quick first step. I wish he could bend his hips around the edges a little bit better, but that's something that he could end up doing. And he's going to fill into his frame just a little bit more. I think maybe add in 5 to 10 more pounds to him, but not really much. So if you're expecting him to gain a bunch of weight, I don't think it's going to happen. This one, Indianapolis gets to pick between their three quarterbacks. Will Levis is one of them. Anthony Richardson or C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud is my QB1. I think he has the second highest floor out of out of all the quarterbacks. I just am concerned a little bit about Bryce Young with his time to throw in the pocket as high as it was the past 2 years, and also his size just really scares me. C.J. Stroud, super accurate. It's going to take him a little bit while to develop being able to process the field quickly. I know a lot of people read the S2 evaluation testing thing. I don't really believe all that. So I think I think he can grow into being a better processor, and I think he's fairly mobile. He's gonna be like a Trevor Lawrence or a Joe Burrow type mobile. So go ahead and grab him. Let's see. The Seattle Seahawks are on the clock, and if they're on the clock right here, Jalen Carter it's all that's. I mean, that's their kind of guy. I don't really got to talk much more about it. That's their kind of guy. They'll get over the character traits. For my number one guy in this draft was Jalen Carter, taking away character stuff. I don't really look at that because I'm not in the offices where they do that stuff. So I don't know. But traits in football, he was my number one guy. All right. So the Detroit Lions, they're interesting. I think they got to go defense. Do you go with Miles Murphy, an edge rusher, to pair up with Aiden Hutchinson? I think Jalen Carter would have been a spot there too. I want to go with Devon Witherspoon. I think he's their kind of guy. I know they just got Chauncey, and he can kind of play a little bit of what Chauncey plays down in the box in that nickel, but he can also play outside. He's a good tackler, even though he's kind of small. He's got really fluid hips, and again, he's a good tackler for this guy. He's a Detroit Lion type of guy. We're gonna go there. All right. So now you've got Las Vegas. They could go quarterback here. Again, there's Anthony Richardson still there. This is a head coach in Josh McDaniel who took Tim Tebow back in the day. Does he want to make that same mistake again with a guy who, again, better arm talent, better athlete? I think he's a little more football intelligent than Tim Tebow was, and he's got better mechanics than Tebow. So again, not really the same guy, but you kind of think of a mobile quarterback that wears 15 at the University of Florida. So could go there. Could also go with the first tackle off the board. Could also go cornerback. Could also go Bijan Robinson because, Josh Jacobs is on a 1-year deal. Again, you take Anthony Richardson and he can sit. You have Jimmy Garoppolo right now. I don't know if they want to go quarterback, though. I think let's go tackle. Who's their guy? Is it Broderick Jones from Georgia, super athletic guy? Or is it Paris Johnson, a bigger body guy who's super athletic as well? They both have really good feet. I really wanted Paris Johnson to fall here, but I'm not going to force it. Let's go Paris Johnson. I think Paris Johnson's first guy off the board. All right. And now there are 2 quarterbacks still left on here. I think they're going to ride with Desmond Ridder this year. Their defense is kind of where we need to go. Or do they go Bijan Robinson? I kind of like Bijan here. I don't want to force Bijan at 10. I don't think I'm going to pick him there. This is a nice Bijan spot. Arthur Smith could get another offensive weapon. Or we could go corner, but they just got Jeff Okudah to pair up with. Yeah, all right, we'll go Bijan here. Let's go Bijan. Let's not overthink it. Pick number 9. Um, Really, just anything on defense. You could go with the first wide receiver. You could go with another offensive lineman. You've got Tevin, Tevin Jenkins at right tackle. Let's. I'm just trying to think. We could go wide receiver. Go with Jackson Smith at Jigba. The quarterback throwing to his boy. People love doing that nowadays, huh? I know they just traded for a guy. Still have Darnell Mooney. Let's give him another weapon, man. Let's do it. Let's pair him up with his boy Jackson Smith. Jigba. Okay, we'll do that. On this one, we could go with corner. We would love Christian Gonzalez right here. Could also go with the Miles Murphy. I don't really like that as much. Could go with Brian Breezy. I think it's a little too early. Brian Branch again. I think that's a little too early as well. You could go with a traits guy with Lucas Van Ness. You can go ahead and get another tight end. If we did, I would probably get like a Dalton Kincaid, or honestly, this would be nice for Darnell Washington to pair up with Goddard. Let's go ahead and give him Christian Gonzalez. All right. So again, there's no trading in this one. Um, if this is on the board, you go Anthony Richardson all the way, obviously. You would think Broderick Jones a little bit maybe would be a nice pick, but I mean, if Anthony Richardson's still there at 11, definitely. So now this is fun. We went ahead and we got who'd we get? Tyree Wilson right there. Yeah, so they got Tyree Wilson already. We can go ahead and get another guy. Let me just double check. Let's look at some team needs here. I got time. Um, I don't really think they need tackle, but I guess they could go tackle. Yeah. Okay. If Will Levis is here, do they take him? Probably. They probably take him if Will Levis is here. Um, sure. Let's go with Levis. I don't really want to. Because I don't think that they would. I don't know. I don't know. We got Tyree Wilson, so we don't need Miles Murphy. We could go ahead and get another wide receiver. Quentin Johnston's kind of what they have in Nico Collins. Man, am I going to run out of time on this one? This is the pick that I don't know what to do. Let's go ahead and go with Dalton Kincaid. That was more of a panic pick by me. Oopsie, but that's kind of why we do this. Oh, Broderick Jones for this. Oh, Peter Skoronsky. So they have Elijah Vera Tucker. They have Mekhi Becton. He's not really looking that good. They got Laken Tomlinson. So you would really have to be playing one of these guys out at tackle. You can move Mekhi Becton to right and play Broderick Jones. You could get Peter Skoronsky, who can really play 4 out of 5 positions on the offensive line. He's kind of the safer pick. Let's go with Broderick Jones, though. Okay. New England Patriots could go with a receiver. Could go with someone extremely weird. That's kind of what they do. I was going to say Quentin Johnston kind of fill that Devontae Parker role. You can go ahead and get rid of Parker. Lucas Van Ness is kind of one of their kind of guys. Or you could go ahead and get a Will Levis. You know they're not happy with Mac Jones. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go ahead and give him a Will Levis. This is going to be a weird mock draft. But that's okay. We're having fun with it. And then on Monday or Wednesday, we'll do another one. So pick 15. We're almost halfway there. just traded away Aaron Rodgers. So actually, this would be pick 13, and then pick 15 would be the other guys. But that's okay. We could go ahead and get a weapon. I would think a tight end kind of weapon, like a Michael Mayer. Could go ahead and get another edge guy. What does this say that they need? I'm thinking edge. Uh, we got a minute 20. Yeah, wide receiver, edge, tight end. Those were the three guys I was kind of looking at, anyways. So, wide receiver, Quentin Johnston. You also have Jordan Addison or Zay Flowers. It's kind of a different kind of guy for them. Tight end, I think it'd be Michael Mayer, maybe Darnell Washington. And then edge, Miles Murphy. Let's just go best available. Ooh, Lucas Van Ness. We'll go Lucas Van Ness. That's kind of their kinds of guys. All right. Washington. Washington. What do you need? Linebacker? Cornerback? Let's see. Cornerback. Well, Joey Porter Jr. is there. I really wanted him to go to Pittsburgh. Who else is here at cornerback? Julius Brents. That's a guy that I hear that a lot of people are liking. Deonte Banks is another one. Maybe they take Deonte Banks. He's a local guy too. They could take Peter Skoronski. I'm thinking it's between Banks and Peter Skoronski right now. Let's go, because I mean they could take a quarterback, but obviously not anymore, unless they go for Hendon Hooker. Should we do that? Is that interesting? Hendon Hooker. No, we'll go ahead and go Peter Skoronski. I don't think he needs to fall any further. All right, and then we know Joey Porter Jr. We're not gonna think twice about it. All right, the Lions. Who did we have them taking at the beginning? We had the Lions taking Devon Witherspoon. That's right, cornerback Devon Witherspoon. Still needs some more defense. Miles Murphy is still sitting there, and we thought about giving him Miles Murphy on the first go round. Brian Breezy's another kind of guy that's their kind of guy. Let's go Miles Murphy. Why you can't not pass on him, right? You can't not pass on him. You can't pass on him 2 times. Miles Murphy. All right, easy. Did Bijan? Did we already get rid of Bijan? Yeah. Okay. Just double checking. I was gonna say running back is what people keep hinting at here. If it's not Bijan, I don't think it's gonna be anyone. Jahmyr Gibbs is nice, but he kind of does basically what Rachaad White does. I mean, offensive line would be nice here. I think offensive line is probably the biggest need. And then obviously you could go defense. There's quarterback. Like, do you want to get Hendon Hooker right here? Or do you want to see what Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield can do? So, John Michael Schmidt could play some guard for you for a year. And then, excuse me. Then what, Jensen is coming back? Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna double check this. I don't want to make any fans mad. Corner. Why? I don't really know why offensive line is so far down. I know you need a corner, but I want to give. I'm giving them an offensive line. This is my mock draft, right? We'll go John Michael Schmitz. I feel like it's really early for a center, but that's okay. Seattle, we gave them Jalen Carter. Okay. We can go ahead and give them another fun pick here. Brian Breezy's a kind of one of their kinds of guys. Could go ahead and give him a corner and Brents. Deonte Banks. Seattle. Who does it think that they should get? An edge. Wide receiver. No corner, huh? I mean, I know they got Tariq Woolen, but okay. I think we should go edge. Will McDonald's a guy. Keon White is kind of their kind of guy. He's a little bit more developmental, but you're betting on traits there. Is this where you go Hendon Hooker? Again, he's 25 years old. You go ahead and get another wide receiver to pair, get a nice slot guy like Zay Flowers. Wanted to call him Zay Jones. Could get Zay Flowers right here. Derek Hall is nice. Let's go ahead and go with, there's Nolan Smith. Where is, not Will McDonald, Keon White. Let's go Keon White for them. I feel like he's a guy that's going to sneak into the first. I really do. Look at that. 16 seconds left on that one. We cut it close. All right, the Chargers could go tight end, could go wide receiver, could go running back, because I think they might trade Austin Eckler here. And then, of course, there's some defensive spots you can go. I am going to say, first, I'm going to check what the team needs are, just to double check it. But I think I kind of want to go Jahmyr Gibbs right here. Austin Eckler. I'm looking for Austin Eckler in the screen. That's Vegas Chargers. So yeah, defense is a big need. Running back though. Again, there's Brian Breesy. Tight ends, of course, there's guys. Jawan Jones. I want to go Jahmyr Gibbs. So I think I'm going to go Jahmyr Gibbs. He reminded me of, who did I have him comp to? Let's see if I can find it before my time runs out. I got 50 seconds. I have it pulled up right here. Jahmyr Gibbs. LaShawn McCoy. There we go. I had him. He reminds me of LaShawn McCoy. I just am kind of concerned that he doesn't really get a big workload. He gets like 12 touches a game only. And he's dominant in those 12 touches, but, he runs the ball 8 times and catches it 4. It's like, why is he not on the field more? He's dynamic. All right, this is a toughie. I think you got Lamar for another year. You might have him for more if you can get that contract down. And if so, I think you already got Odell for him. You don't really need to spend a first on wide receivers. It'd be Zay Flowers is the guy I'd be here. I think Brian Breesy is who I want to go with for them. We will double check this and go quickly. Corner, edge, interior defensive line, and wide receiver. We're skipping the wide receivers. So yeah, corner, edge. Cam Smith, Cam Smith is kind of one of their kinds of guys. Kelee Ringo is another one. Deonte Banks. We're going to go with Breesy. Brian Breesy. All right. And now we've got the Minnesota Vikings here. Here's their stuff. So you could go with the slot receiver, someone that can replace Thielen that they just cut. I really like that. Zay Flowers here. I think I might want to go quarterback. I just don't really like the quarterbacks that are here. Corner. You could go with Deonte Banks. So right now it's between Zay Flowers, Deonte Banks, and Hendon Hooker. Those are the 3 I'm between right now. I really, really want to do Zay Flowers. Where's Hooker? Yeah. I think someone's taking him in the first, and if it's not there, yeah, I'm doing it. Let's go Hendon Hooker right here. I think Hendon Hooker goes in the first round. All right, Jacksonville Jaguars. Tackle. Linebacker. No, they just hit linebackers last year. Cornerbacks, though. So we could go with one of these corners. You got Cam Smith. I don't know if they're still running a cover 2. They are. Cam Smith's probably not it. Let's go with Deonte Banks. Deonte Banks can kind of do it all. He's a bigger body guy. He's better off in man coverage. I think he can play some zone though. Because if not, it would be Brents. Yeah, let's go with Banks though. Because it's just, I mean, what, DeJuan Jones? I don't really like DeJuan Jones or Anton Harrison in the first round. Maybe Darnell Wright. I keep hearing Darnell Wright is coming up into the first round. Could have been a spot right there. New York Giants wide receivers. Yes, please. So we could go with the big body receiver, Quentin Johnston. They don't really have that. They have what? Colin Johnson from Texas is who they've got. No one. They got a burner in Slayton. I don't really know who else they've got. So Quentin Johnson might be the pick right there. He's not even that. He's not really that big though. Is the thing. If I'm going for a bigger body receiver in the second round, there's not very many big body receivers here. So Cedric Tillman. I don't know. I want to say, let's go ahead. We either get a receiver or we help out that defense because the defense needs help. Let's look really quickly. New York Giants. Yeah, corner, safety, Zay Flowers, or Julius Brents. Zay Flowers, Julius Brents. Toss up. Let's go. Let's just do Zay Flowers. I think there's some corners later on that they can go ahead and get. After, I mean, these wide receivers aren't that great anyways, but I think Zay Flowers is going in the first. This is actually another spot where we could have gone with Flowers, right? Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, they actually don't have a receiver on here. Interesting. Let's go ahead. Brian Branch. That's nice. I kind of want to go Brian Branch. Running back. There's no one here right now. Interior offensive line. Vila. Cyrus Torrance. Tight end. Edge. Offensive tackle. I'm going to go Brian Branch. Let's go Brian Branch there. All right. We have the Bills. Can get an interior offensive lineman. Could go defense. I mean, again, this is kind of what we're looking at. So we could go ahead and get another wide receiver. Let's go with Quentin Johnson. I don't think there's going to be 3 first-round receivers. Let's do it. I hear that they're looking to get rid of Gabe Davis and get a new guy. Quentin Johnson kind of reminds me of Gabe Davis coming out of UCF. So we're going to just go with it. Let's just go with it. I know they got Kyle Phillips there to develop in the slot a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. Cincinnati fans always yell at me when I go ahead and try to grab them guys. Oh, let's do it. Cornerback. They need a corner so they can finally stop playing Eli Apple, who I don't even know where Eli Apple went. Did he go to Kansas City? Did he go to Philly? I don't know. But they don't have to play Eli Apple there anymore. Yeah, I think let's do Julius Brents. Brents can do it all. He's not really scheme specific. All right, we got 3 picks left. So we've got the New Orleans Saints. This would have been a running back spot, I think. It would be a nice wide receiver spot. Defense. I mean, especially the secondary. Maybe I'm just trying to think of who they get. They usually go for their guys. Derek Hall kind of feels like kind of feels like a Saints kind of guy. And they do need edge. Of course, wide receiver is still there. Kalijah Cansey. Let's go Derek Hall. Right? I'm trying to think of who I think is going to slip into the first. We're going to go Derek Hall. Philly. Who did we get for Philly's first pick? I just passed him. Christian Gonzalez. Nice. Okay. So we got them Christian Gonzalez. Kalijah Cansey is another guy that's kind of nice right here. You already have, you have Fletcher Cox and you have Jordan Davis. But then getting a guy that can go in there and really pass rush from the interior with Kalijah Cansey, that's enticing. Nolan Smith, another Georgia guy, but he's kind of smaller. Keely Ringo, already got one of them. Will McDonald, B.J. Ojolari, Felix Duki Uzama. I want to go Kalijah Cansey. I keep hearing first round buzz, first round for him. And then Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl champions. Let's do this. The last pick of our mock draft. Again, they got. So they have Lucas Niang, I think is who they're playing at right tackle. They just got Jawan Taylor from the Jacksonville Jaguars, who was right tackle, played right tackle in high school. I know because I played against him in high school. He played right tackle at Cocoa High, then went to Florida and played right tackle at Florida. Then at Jacksonville, he played right tackle, and now Kansas City is going to move him to left tackle, and they paid him a crap load of money. So they still do need a right tackle, and how cool would it be to have DeJuan Jones? He's got feet like a soccer player, 6'8", got a 7'3" wingspan. He's 350 pounds, but again, he's got ballerina feet. It's wonderful. He knows when to strike. He kind of leans a little bit. He's not perfect, but he's my favorite right tackle. There's Darnell Wright. So that's who it's kind of between. Darnell Wright, DeJuan Jones. I hear Darnell Wright's going to be a first rounder. I would want to pick DeJuan Jones right here. But I'm going to go Darnell Wright because that's what I'm hearing. So we'll go Darnell Wright. Sure, let's save it. Okay, and then let's review the results. So let's recap this really quickly. Again, this was no trades. I think on Wednesday we're gonna do probably on Wednesday we'll do a 2-hour, just kind of talking through picks, and we'll go live on that one. So tune in. Carolina Panthers take Bryce Young, quarterback from Alabama. Houston Texans take Tyree Wilson, edge at Texas Tech, more of a defensive lineman than just an edge at Texas Tech over Will Anderson. Arizona Cardinals at 3 take Will Anderson, edge from Alabama. Indianapolis Colts take C.J. Stroud, QB2 out of Ohio State. Seattle Seahawks say thank you. I'll take Jalen Carter, the best defensive lineman in this draft. Detroit Lions take the first corner off the board and Devon Witherspoon from Illinois. Las Vegas Raiders take their left tackle of the future from Ohio State, Paris Johnson. Atlanta Falcons take Bijan Robinson out of Texas. Jackson Smith-Njigba is paired back up with his quarterback Justin Fields with Chicago Bears. The Eagles have 2 picks. The first pick, they take Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. Tennessee Titans get a new quarterback. Ryan Tannehill is probably on the way out with Anthony Richardson, quarterback from Florida. Houston Texans get Dalton Kincaid at tight end to go along with Davis Mills. The New York Jets get Broderick Jones, left tackle from Georgia. New England Patriots get their new quarterback from Kentucky, Will Levis. So maybe Houston can make a trade for like Mac Jones or something. Lucas Van Ness, the edge from Iowa, very raw, goes to Green Bay Packers. Washington Commanders take Peter Skoronski, the tackle/guard from Northwestern. Joey Porter Jr. goes to his dad's team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Detroit Lions get Myles Murphy. Tampa Bay Buccaneers get John Michael Schmitz, the center, who's probably going to start out playing guard. Seattle Seahawks get Keon White, edge from Georgia Tech, super raw prospect, kind of their kind of guy. Los Angeles Chargers find Jahmyr Gibbs, the replacement for Austin Eckler. Baltimore Ravens get Brian Breezy, the defensive lineman from Clemson. Minnesota Vikings get Hendon Hooker. So Kirk Cousins is probably on the move. Jacksonville Jaguars get Deonte Banks, cornerback from Maryland. New York Giants get another wide receiver in Zay Flowers from Boston College. Dallas Cowboys get Brian Branch, the first safety off the board from Alabama. Buffalo Bills get Quentin Johnston, wide receiver from TCU, kind of looking to replace Gabe Davis. Cincinnati Bengals get Julius Brents, cornerback from Kansas State. New Orleans Saints get Derek Hall, the edge from Auburn. Philly gets Kalijah Cansey to pair with that 1-2-3 defensive lineman tandem that they have over there with Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis. And last but not least, the Super Bowl champs get a new right tackle in Darnell Wright, right tackle from Tennessee. All right, that was it for today. I appreciate you guys for checking this out. Go ahead and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Go ahead and comment down below if you think I was an idiot for some of these picks or who you would want your team to pick. Again, on Wednesday, we'll probably go ahead and have a big live stream and talk about some trades that might happen and kind of run through another mock draft with trades, doing kind of what you guys think will happen, as well as just running through some scenarios. And Thursday is the first night of the draft. So after the draft, we'll go ahead and talk about some of the crazy stuff that happened. We won't do a live stream for the draft this time, just because my setup is different right now, and so it'd be kind of hard for me to live stream the draft like we did last time. But we will check in. So appreciate you guys stopping by, and have a good day.